The Boston Red Sox have a golden opportunity at their hands following the win in the series over the Kansas City Royals, one of the hottest teams in all of baseball. I'm here to break down some of the performances that resulted in these wins and what it could mean going forward for this Boston Red Sox organization. Welcome back to Red Sox Digest. I'm Houston, and we're going to be breaking down all of that and why it should have Boston Red Sox fans fired up going forward. Now, before we get to all that, please do remember, if you're a part of the near 90% currently watching this video, not currently subscribed to the channel, scroll down and click that subscribe button to stay up to date on everything Boston Red Sox. We do appreciate the love and support, so thank you guys. But now let's get to it and break down a major turning point for this Boston Red Sox organization. Now, going into this season series against the Kansas City Royals, the Royals, without a doubt, were one of the hottest teams in all of baseball, regardless of the conference. And if you don't believe me, just look at some of the wins they were rattling off. Just dominating. Doesn't matter who they were playing, whether they're on the road or at home. Bobby Witt Jr. and the rest of this Kansas City Royals team, with a great pitching rotation, have been able to roll as of late. But then they ran into Boston. After they stole Game 1, it seemed like they were going to continue on their hot streak, despite that first game between the Red Sox and the Kansas City Royals being a long and slow game. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, it did go to extra innings. It was a very low-scoring game all the way into the 10th inning, where the game did end up ending in the 12th, 3-2 in favor of the Kansas City Royals. Both teams expanded a lot of their bullpen and a lot of their arms due to really how low of a scoring game it really was, and the lack of offense that was able to be produced. Both teams at that point wanted to win that game, I should say. The Royals ended up walking it off again in the 12th inning over the Boston Red Sox in a 2-1 victory in 12 innings of baseball. Overall, a pitching duel to say the least, and it wasn't just one arm from each side. Again, they both went through a lot of their quality bullpen arms in that game. But then Boston got a hold of things in the following two games against this Kansas City team that, again, was absolutely rolling. And you have to give credit to some of the pitching for the Boston Red Sox. Before we get into the Kansas City pitching, which, again, last year was phenomenal up to this point in the year, has been pretty damn good, and I would argue overlooked up to this point. Hunter Dobbins and Garrett Crochet finally got some run support, and they were damn good off the bump. We'll start with Hunter Dobbins, who has quietly been one of the better pitchers, starting pitchers, I should say, for this Red Sox starting rotation up to this point in the year. Now, he's had a limited amount of appearances because, again, he has been called up to fill in for guys who have been out due to injury, or, again, just needing to fill in that extra 5th or 6th spot in the starting rotation. Now, Dobbins in this game went 6 innings, did not give up any earned runs while striking out 6, while only giving up 5 hits through those 6 innings, posting a 2.78 ERA for the entirety of his starts up to this point in the year, and has been phenomenal. This kid has surpassed all expectations up to this point in the year, and looks like he's going to be a quality arm for this Boston Red Sox organization, not only for the rest of this year, but for years to come, because, again, he is very, very young. And in those 6 innings of he only threw 81 pitches with almost a 70% ratio when it comes to strike to balls. Overall, a very, very quality start from Hunter Dobbins, a young, talented arm that the Red Sox are continuing to gain faith and confidence in every single time he steps onto the bump for them. And I really cannot wait to continue watch Hunter unlock more of his abilities, unlock more experience, unlock more confidence in those abilities, and go out there and continue to trust his stuff and just flat out dominate for this Red Sox team on the mound. Please let me know down below what you guys think about Hunter Dobbins up to this point in the year and the appearances we have seen, because, again, in my opinion, he has been one of the most undervalued players for the Red Sox up to this point because of the lack of starts and the lack of reps we have seen him really be able to present. But when he is on the mound, he has been phenomenal. I think he's going to be a bright point, not only up to this point in the year, but for the rest of this season, if not seasons to come following this season. Now, he wasn't the only very good arm the Red Sox had in this series. Also, Garrett Crochet, the ace of the Boston Red Sox, came out once again and shoved, without a doubt. 7 innings, 1 earned, 9 Ks. He gave up 7 hits in those 7 innings, 1 earned run, 9 strikeouts, only walking 1 guy, did not give up a home run, posting a 1.93 ERA up to this point in the year for Garrett Crochet. He has been phenomenal. And there's no way to beat around the bush. There's no way to just skip around it. He's been great, and he might lead the league in strikeouts by the time this season comes to an end, and it shouldn't be a surprise. It's something we've been talking about really all offseason and through up to this point, the regular season. He's gross. And now 106 pitches, a little bit more of a workload compared to what we saw with Hunter Dobbins in the previous game. But again, Garrett Crochet, Alex Cora, trusting Crochet to go out on the mound regardless of whether or not he does load the bases. He's able to get out of that. Everyone has so much confidence in this young southpaw who has showed so much potential up to this point. It seems like he's so much older than he already is because of really his abilities, his experience, and his overall confidence on the mound. The way he maintains himself is something to deal with, and the rest of these teams are going to have to get used to this and really try to figure out Garrett Crochet by the time he finds his rhythm. Because right now, yes, is he dominating up to this point? Absolutely. But I'm here to tell you he's only getting better, just like Hunter Dobbins. Allow Crochet to continue to get some run support, which he did in this game, which is very, very surprising because the Boston Red Sox have had an inability to score runs and give their ace run support up to that point of the year. Now, that was on May 10th against the the Kansas City Royals in the second game of that that 3-game series, where the Red Sox were able to put up 10 runs for Garrett Crochet and give him some run support, something that we were not accustomed to seeing when Garrett Crochet was on the mound. So if this Red Sox offense, which we will be making a video on following this video on specifically Rafael Devers and how great he has been offensively over the last 15 to 20 days, this Red Sox team is going to be terrifying with Crochet on the mound. Not only is Crochet going to be flat out disgusting and be able to mow down through these lineups, but also they are going to have run support where he can flat out attack the zone, pitch after pitch, guy after guy, and it won't matter because of the run support, the ability that Garrett Crochet has, and the inability of these batters to really time things up and barrel baseballs when facing Crochet. This is a recipe for success for the Boston Red Sox, and I really cannot wait to see them continue to do things like this. Now, the reason this is so impactful and so important is not only because the Red Sox, who weren't the hottest team in baseball, they were fighting right around league average, right around 500. I shouldn't say league average because they are definitely playing above league average up to this point in the year, despite sitting at 21-20 in second, 22-20 in second in the AL East division, only behind the Yankees. But like I mentioned earlier, they faced off against one of the hottest teams in all of baseball over the last 30 days, where, again, look at this box score. Look at these game recaps. The Royals were not losing games. They were putting win after win after win together, quality start after quality start from their dominant starting rotation, who, again, like I mentioned earlier, has been really overlooked because of the guys they have and really their inability to put wins together in a division that isn't getting a whole lot of credit. And now they're starting to do that until they ran into Boston. Players like Cole Ragans, who was in the Cy Young race last season, top 5, as well as Seth Lugo, another guy who was in the Cy Young race last season, again, in the top 5. These guys put up starts, both going 6 innings. Ragans went 5, Lugo went 6, and if you look at Ragans, 5 innings, 4 earned, 8 Ks, and his complete stat line: 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 8 Ks, 2 walks, no home runs. The Boston Red Sox were able to piece hits together without, again, just clearing the bases via the long ball on these swings. Posting a 4.2 ERA in under 100 pitches thrown. Ragans did not have his best stuff against this potent and high-velocity Red Sox offense, something that you should be very excited to see, as it looks like things are starting to click on all cylinders. And that wasn't the only previous Cy Young, or I should say, pitcher in the Cy Young race that the Red Sox were able to beat up on. Seth Lugo, another guy, 6 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned, 5 Ks, no walks, 2 home runs, posting a .02 ERA in just under 100 pitches, presenting another loss to a very quality arm coming out of the Royals starting rotation. The Boston Red Sox were able to go out there and really establish their offense behind great pitching from Hunter Dobbins as well as Garrett Crochet to steal a season series against a very, very, very respectable and very hot team in the Kansas City Royals, which could totally flip how this Red Sox team continues to go about the rest of this month. I think this is something we should be very optimistic about when being a part of this Red Sox fan base. Again, if you look at the AL Cy Young voting from last season, Lugo ranking second, Reagan's ranking in the fourth spot. These guys are quality, established arms for the Kansas City Royals that have been damn good up to this point in the year. And then they ran into a very, very explosive Red Sox offense as that also got quality starts from two very good names in their starting rotation, which should leave the rest of this Red Sox fan base and really organization as a whole very, very excited for what is to come. Make sure you check out the next video on Red Sox Digest as we're breaking down Rafael Devers and how great he has been over the last 30 days. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.